Hello, anime lovers. Welcome back to WoW Senpai. Get ready. Spring 2025 is about to drop some of the biggest and craziest isekai anime we've seen in a while. We're talking overpowered MCs, insane magical worlds, and stories that will keep you hooked from episode 1. These are the top 10 upcoming isekai anime and overpowered protagonist of spring 2025. So without any further late, let's start. Starting off our list at number 10 is The Beginning After the End. Our story follows King Gray, a ruler at the peak of power and wealth. But despite having everything, his life is empty and lonely. Then, one day, his life ends. But instead of staying dead, he wakes up as a baby in a whole new world filled with magic, monsters, and legendary beings. And this time, things are about to get interesting. Reborn as Arthur Lewin, he starts from the bottom and trains to master his new abilities. But in this world, strength isn't the only thing that matters. There are secrets, betrayals, and challenges that will push him to his limits. If you love overpowered protagonists, deep world building, and a mix of action and adventure, this is one anime you don't want to miss. The anime will feature 24 episodes of epic storytelling and is set to premiere in April 2025. Get ready for a magical journey like no other. At number 9, we've got a hidden gem that might just surprise you. From old country bumpkin to master swordsman, Beryl Gardnant is just a simple village sword instructor. Or at least, that's what he thinks. Turns out, his former students went on to become top-tier knights, legendary warriors, and even royal guards. And now, the entire kingdom is calling him a master swordsman. One day, an old student shows up and drops a bombshell. Beryl has been chosen as the special instructor for the kingdom's elite knights. But here's the fun part. Beryl doesn't even realize how strong he actually is. While he thinks he's just okay at swordsmanship, he's out here casually dodging high-speed attacks, countering magic users, and making elite knights question their entire existence. This anime is giving us peak overpowered protagonist and some top-tier animation. It is shaping up to be one of the most underrated isekai of spring 2025. Coming in at number 8, we've got the brilliant healer's new life in the shadows. And trust me, this one takes a darker turn. Our MC, Xenos, was once a rising star, self-taught, insanely skilled, and ready to become a legendary healer. But of course, his party decided to toss him aside like garbage. Classic mistake, right? But instead of begging for a second chance, Xenos disappears into the underground, where he reinvents himself as a shadow healer, a legend among criminals and assassins. The dude went from healing heroes to working in the darkest corners of society. His methods aren't just healing. His magic is so advanced that he can modify the human body itself. But of course, power like this never goes unnoticed. Now both the kingdom and the underworld want to recruit him, and some want to kill him. The brilliant healer's new life in the shadows is shaping up to be a dark fantasy thriller with intense action and a main character who's done playing nice. At number 7, we have I'm the Evil Lord of an Intergalactic Empire, an isekai that ditches swords and magic for galactic conquest and space battles. Liam Sarah Banfield was once a good man, in fact, so good that he was completely betrayed and ruined. But after reincarnating into an advanced spacefaring empire, he's got a new goal: becoming the ultimate evil lord. Determined to be a ruthless ruler, Liam sets out to dominate his new world. But here's the twist. Everything he does is accidentally seen as noble, wise, and heroic. While he thinks he's striking fear into his people, they're actually worshipping him. From intergalactic politics to space battles, Liam's journey is packed with comedy and over-the-top misunderstandings that make this isekai one of the most unique of the year. The anime will premiere in April 2025. If you love MCs who think they're evil but are actually just awesome, this one is a must-watch. You know the drill. Another anime, another MC gets kicked out of his party for being useless. But what if the useless guy was actually the most overpowered one of them all? Welcome to the unaware Atelier master, our number 6 pick. Meet Kurt, a kind-hearted guy who gets thrown out of the hero's party because he's not strong enough. But here's the thing. This dude has triple S ranked crafting skills, and he doesn't even realize it. Whether it's cooking, blacksmithing, potion making, or enchanting weapons, he's literally the best in the world. So, while the so-called heroes struggle without him, Kurt is out here saving entire cities, revolutionizing magic, and making legendary weapons like it's no big deal. And the best part? He's completely unaware of how insane his skills actually are. But of course, talent like this never stays hidden for long. Judging from the trailer, it's looking like one of the most wholesome isekai of the season. At number 5, we have my status as an assassin obviously exceeds the heroes. Another world, another hero. But what if the strongest person in the room wasn't the hero at all? Meet Akira, your average high school student, until he's thrown into a fantasy world where his classmates get glorious hero roles while he's stuck as an assassin. But here's the twist. His abilities completely outclass the so-called hero. With insane stealth skills, superhuman reflexes, and lethal combat abilities, Akira quickly realizes he's the strongest one in the kingdom. But that also makes him a target. Things take a darker turn when Akira uncovers dangerous secrets, including a corrupt kingdom and a prophecy that could put his life on the line. Now, he must navigate a deadly game of politics, assassins, and power struggles. This anime is set to bring us an action-packed, strategy-driven isekai, and if you love overpowered protagonists and high-stakes intrigue, this one is a must-watch. At number 4, we have Reincarnated as a neglected noble, raising my baby brother with memories from my past life. A heartwarming yet dramatic take on the isekai genre. Ageha may seem like an ordinary noble child, but he's far from it. He remembers everything from his past life. Once a grown man in Japan, he now finds himself reincarnated as a prince of the powerful Kyo Empire. But being born into royalty isn't as glamorous as it sounds. As a neglected noble, he's seen as unimportant until the birth of his younger half-brother, Regulus. And here's where things get interesting. Ageha has a vision of the future, one where Regulus grows up to kill him over the throne. Most people would see this as a death sentence, but Ageha? He sees an opportunity. Instead of fearing his brother, he decides to raise him himself, turning what was once a rival into an ally. If you love stories about smart protagonists, political intrigue, and deep character bonds, this one is a must-watch. At number 3, we have A Wild Last Boss Appeared, an isekai that asks the question, what if you became the most feared villain in the game? Our protagonist was just enjoying his time in X-Gate Online, playing as Lufus Mafal, an overpowered last boss who once ruled the world. But when he suddenly wakes up inside the game, things take a turn for the unexpected. Now trapped in the world he once ruled, he is Lufus. And after 200 years of absence, the world has changed. His kingdom has fallen, his allies are missing, and new threats have taken over. But one thing is certain, the last boss is back. Instead of grinding for power, Lufus already has legendary strength, and now he must figure out the truth behind his reincarnation and reclaim his former glory. A Wild Last Boss Appeared is set to premiere in April 2025. If you love overpowered protagonists, strategic warfare, and a villain-turned-MC story, this is one you don't want to miss. Next up at number 2, we have The Water Magician, an isekai that brings a fresh take on elemental magic and survival in a dangerous new world. Meet Ryu, your typical guy who suddenly finds himself reincarnated into a new world. Unlike most isekai protagonists, he isn't after fame or fortune. He just wants a peaceful life, mastering his water magic at his own pace. But things don't always go as planned. Instead of an easy life, he ends up stranded in the Outlands, where monsters roam and survival is anything but guaranteed. Armed with nothing but his wits and his growing control over water magic, he has to adapt fast if he wants to make it in this world. Expect fluid animation, intense survival moments, and a protagonist who actually has to work for his strength. The anime is set to premiere in April 2025. So if you love magic-focused isekai with a survival twist, this one should definitely be on your radar. And taking the number 1 spot, Yandere Dark Elf. She chased me all the way from another world. And yes, the title tells you exactly what you're getting into. After helping defeat the Demon Lord, Hinata was sent back to Earth, ready to resume his normal high school life. Sounds like a happy ending, right? Turns out, one of his party members, the Yandere Dark Elf Mariabel, wasn't ready to say goodbye. So what did she do? She chased him all the way across dimensions. Now, Hinata finds himself in the middle of a fantasy romance gone wrong, where a warrior from another world is trying to protect him from everyday life and every small interaction turns into a battle for his attention. Yandere Dark Elf premieres in April 2025. If you love yandere girls, fantasy romance, and absolutely unhinged comedy, this one's a must-watch. And now, I want to hear from you. Which anime are you most excited for? Also, if you love anime content like this, make sure to smash that like button and subscribe so you never miss out on the latest anime recommendations. That's it for today. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you in the next one.